Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jupiter Robotics YouTube channel. We're here for another live stream, and this is going to be a great one. So, let's get into it. Thank you all for tuning in. Hello, everybody. My name is Jonathan. I am one of the team co-captains from the combat robotics team, Jupiter Robotics, based here in Lakeland, Florida. This is going to be a very fun stream, but first, I'm trying a new microphone setup, so I want who do we have here? Roughhouse Robotics, welcome in. Let me know how the microphone sounds. Hopefully there's no more feedback. I was told that there was a little bit of feedback on the last live stream. I had my microphone set up like right here where you could see it on camera and the last one, but I moved it off screen. So there's a little bit of distance between me and the microphone now. Hopefully it sounds good, but you let me know. All right, sounds good. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me do one more thing here. Make sure we're good to go. Let me see. All right, we should be good to go. Some of this I probably should have done before stream, but thank you all for hanging in there. This is going to be a fun one. So we are here tonight to recap a very fun competition that just took place here in Florida, known as March Mech Madness. On the previous live stream, we were talking about what to expect, and we had some very special people on the stream to talk about it with me, and that includes our friends Robert and Helen of Team Firewolf Robotics. They're the ones that put this event together and did such an amazing job. The arena, they did a good job putting that up, and it was overall just a fun event, and I look forward to the next one. So we took Space Junk with us, and if you did not see the recent Space Junk fight recap video, I will warn you now, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this live stream, and we are going to be showing that video here on stream, so we can watch the fights and break them down and give you a little insight on what happened in the fight and behind the scenes. What do we got? Will there be another Robot Rumble 2 live stream after the big Steam Workshop update? I did not know about a Steam Workshop update. That's interesting. Make a couple. Okay. I did not hear about an update. I haven't really played it much lately. Been focused on real robots. So I had a couple of competitions, of course, Orlando, and then this past weekend going to the March Mech Madness, which I'm absolutely happy that we were there. A fun competition. I've been more focused on that. We've got another one coming up in a few weeks. It's one that we're not going to be fighting at. We're going to be volunteering at instead. We'll talk more about that on the next live stream. As far as a Robot Rumble 2 live stream goes, maybe. That could be in the future. Possibly the near future. We'll see. Finally going to be able to release my junk bots. Yeah. Junk bots, they are a lot of fun, even in person. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be a good live stream for sure. We're going to have some special guests here on stream. I have some guests joining me that were at the event, most of which competed at the event and had a lot of fun. Everybody that showed up to the event, they all had a good time, and it was a very smooth competition, and the robots at this competition were out to just get each other. Everybody did fantastic. There were not so many judges' decisions at this competition, which was very interesting to see. They did 2 weight classes. There's ant weight, full combat, and plastic ant weight. I went back to look at the brackets after the event, and I noticed the entire first round of the plastic ant weight qualifying fights, there were no judges' decisions at all. The way the bracket style worked is it's called Swiss. So each robot gets 3 qualifying fights, and if you do well enough and you make it into the top 8, you are seeded into a finals bracket. All of the robots that did not want to go any further ended up not making the top 8. Everybody else, they went through and had a good time. What a fun competition this was. We had a couple of grudges, of course. Those were amazing to watch. And the crowd loved them. We had a good turnout with the crowd. And I really enjoyed this competition. It was very, very smooth competition. Everybody had fun, had a good time, and had plenty of fights. There were lots of amazing fights that day. So yeah, that was a good turnout. I look forward to the next one. So we're going to break it all down, talk about the fights, talk about Space Junk's fights, and what happened at the event and the fights behind the scenes. And I'm going to have guests joining me later in the stream to also talk about their own fights. And so we will get to that a little bit later. But first, I'm going to start off by thanking our sponsors before we get into the competition any further. So thank you to Polymaker and Sen for sponsoring Jupiter Robotics. We would not have been able to make this competition without you, our sponsors. So thank you very much for everything that you do. And speaking of, one of our sponsors just had a new release today, that being Polymaker. Quick disclaimer, this is not a paid advertisement. I'm just bragging about them because they sponsor us. Polymaker's been an amazing sponsor. And today they have released the Polydryer Box XL. So for anybody that's into 3D printing and you like getting the 3 kilogram spools of filament, Polymaker now makes a storage box compatible with their Polymaker Polydryer. So if you want to dry your 3 kilogram spool filaments and store them, you can now do that with Polymaker and their Polydryer Box XL. It was amazing. So again, thank you Polymaker for sponsoring us, and thank you Sen for sponsoring that. They are an amazing company as well. And so just very happy and lucky to have them on our side, backing us up all the time. So with that out of the way, sponsors are absolutely amazing. A big part of what we do, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without sponsors. So yeah, now back to the competition. This was a good one for sure. This was the inaugural event of March Mech Madness. It was the first, as far as I'm aware, the first combat robotics competition to ever take place in the city of Ocala here in Florida. There's not really, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing really going on in Ocala. And so hats off to our friends Helen and Robert for bringing combat robotics to their hometown, Ocala. I'm very excited to see what they do in the future with their future events. There will be more. This was the first of many to come. And I'm excited. So yeah, what a great event. So I bragged about it a little. Now let's talk about the robots. So we fought Space Junk in the competition, and it only ended up getting 2 qualifying fights because it got what they call a bye in the 3rd round. So a bye, if you don't know what that means, it's because there was an odd number of robots competing in the class. Not everybody can get matched up in a round of fights with doing a Swiss style tournament. So Space Junk ended up not getting a 3rd qualifying fight, but still had 2 chances to make the elimination bracket. And We also took a Little Rocketeer, which is our 150-gram fairy weight, which I have sitting right here. This robot has not fought in almost a year, but we took this little guy with us for grudge matches. I think we were the only ones that brought a fairy weight because this guy did not end up seeing any grudges like we were hoping for. When was the last time you ran in the regular ant weight class, not the sports? This past weekend at March Mech Madness. So the classes at March Mech Madness were ant weight, just full on ant weight, and plastic ant weight. So the ant weight is the 1 pound class of robots that are made with any material, from plastic to metals, everything. A plastic ant weight is strictly just a 3D printed version of the same thing. And so those are the only 2 classes they had at this event. And Space Junk was in the ant weight, the full combat, regular ant weight. Before. Oh, you meant before that. Okay, my bad. That was. I'm going to have to do some thinking. I'm not used to doing that. The last couple of events were in Orlando. It fought in Gladiators. So before then, it was the Robot Renegades Summer Showdown in August of 2025. So it has been quite a bit. It's been a bit of time, for sure. This weekend was the first time it's fought in a full-on ant weight class because it wasn't divided up between the pro and gladiator. The gladiator is just sportsmen and specific kits. It fought in gladiators in the last couple of events and did very well, as you can see. But before that, the last time it fought in a regular ant weight class was in August of last year. So I was wondering because it's weird to see it by Florine. Yeah. Funny enough, Florine, we only ever fought Florine 1 time in the past, and that was at the Robot Renegades event in August of last year. So he's just seeing a fight other Viper. Yeah, I love fighting other Vipers. It had a good run against a bunch of Viper kits at the last Orlando event, and a Schizo kit as well. We've only ever fought Florine 1 time in the past. That was back in August, and at that event, Darren became first person to ever throw Space Junk into the pit. This weekend, there was no pit for him to throw Space Junk in, so I was quite happy about that. So, do you know by chance if Florine's blade is? I am not aware off the top of my head. I believe he will be joining the stream a little bit later, so maybe you could ask him when he shows up. But I'm also curious to know. But yeah, so heading into the first round fight for Space Junk, it fought our friend Darren with Florine. And this is a rematch. It's our 2nd time fighting him. And I was planning on going full on with Florine, just straight head on with him, box rush him, which I did successfully box rush him. That he did get payback on me for doing that very quickly in the fight. He ended up breaking the weapon. So, we're going to watch the fights in just a little bit, but the first opponent for Space Junk was Florine. And it did. I am also not used to seeing Space Junk fight Florine, I will admit. Not used to fighting him. And a lot of the other good robots that showed up to this competition, I really did not want to fight pretty much anybody, because everybody brought a good robot to the competition. And all of the robots in both weight classes, they were tearing each other apart like I've never seen. And it was just a fun time. And of course, when you don't see Space Junk in the arena, you'll know this if you've been to one of our competitions. If Space Junk is not in the arena or being repaired, I'm holding a microphone and commentating. Some of the fights this past weekend were so loud. I yelled so much I about lost my voice. And that was a lot of fun. A little painful, but it was fun. I had a good time doing that. I think you should probably have a config type of weapon openers. Yeah. I thought about that after the competition, after it was too late, because why would I think of it beforehand? Yeah. Probably should have gone with that. Against horizontal spinners. Horizontal spinners have always been known to be Space Junk's weak point. It has beaten horizontal spinners in the past, but lost to more than the number it's won against. Based on the end of the video. Yeah. You would be correct about that. No more iterating on the Viper kit. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we watch the video and get to the end. And I'll elaborate a little bit more about what you saw there at the end of the video. So we'll go over that some. In fact, we're going to go ahead and let me get the video pulled up. I think we're ready to watch some Space Junk fights, aren't we? You get it pulled up. There we go. All right, I have the video paused right now. Yeah, we are good. I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and I want you to tell me if audio level of the fight sounds good. I had to adjust it right before the stream, so hopefully it sounds good on your end. This is fight number 1. That was a weird glitch, but okay. And of course, shout out to our friend Madman for commentating when I couldn't. Let me go full screen on it. There we go. Much better. Qualifying fight number 1 for Space Junk against Fluorine. Here we go. Box rush was successful. That shot broke one of Space Junk's weapon mounts. And as you can hear, the weapon is colliding with the wedge. And there he gets stuck in the floor. I thought that was going to be the end of the fight, but no. He got right back and kept going. At this point, Space Junk's weapon is just broken. Video audio a little low. You can hear it. Well, then I will turn it up. I'm just turning up a little bit. Let me know how that sounds. It's nice and loud in my ears, so you tell me how it sounds on your end. He got stuck on the floor, and when he got off, he ended up driving straight into the railing blade first and got stuck. Right, so at this point, the fight has been paused to unstick Fluorine. And then right here, I made it easy for the judges by tapping out. Darren, what? So yeah, Was the weapon salvageable? It was done for. That weapon was a goner. That thing was toast, as you say. That was the weapon. Can I zoom in? Oh, I can't zoom in. Anyway, one of the weapon mounts. Where'd it go? I have one laying around here somewhere. So this is one of the weapon mounts that hold the weapon of space junk. Literally, this top half of it was gone. And that's 1/4 inch thick UHMW, by the way. Tough stuff. I was told that stuff will not break, yet one of them split in half. So, tapped out. Oh, yeah, ouch. Yeah, so the case with sorry to hear that, Wolfman Crab Arms. The case this time with space junk though was weapon mount split in half. So that offset the weapon, which then caused the blade to start colliding with the wedge so much it actually shut itself off. It was between that and the motor broke as well. Wait, it's just a mount. No, it's not just a mount. So it was the weapon mount, the motor broke, the weapon was offset, so it was colliding with the wedge, which ended up over time damaging the teeth a little bit, putting a bit of cuts in the teeth and making them very dull. Of course, scratching up the wedge. It's a titanium wedge, so it's going to take a lot before it gets penetrated. And then, of course, with half a weapon mount missing and the whole thing, it was just lopsided. The whole thing was crooked. So, yeah, it was done for. Also, part of the blade itself, like the yellow part of the blade, cracked. Which, it cracked right by a screw hole. I've never seen it do that before. What caused you to lose one side drive? That is a good question. Fluorine actually managed to rip a nice small chunk out of the wheel on the left side, I believe. Yeah. So one of the wheels ended up missing a nice little chunk. I wouldn't think it was enough to stop drive on one side. But I inspected the motor and the speed controller and everything, and it seemed to be fine from what I could see. Then again, I was kind of in a rush to repair the robot, so I might have missed something. Not exactly sure what caused the drive to stop on one side in that fight. Yeah, seen a few of those clips. Yeah, they are very resilient. We've had one of them break in the past, only one, but not by the screw hole though. That was a first. We probably still could have used that. I just question how well it would have held up, so we just replaced it after that fight. So put on a whole new blade, and of course weapon mount, brand new motor. We only had one spare weapon motor with us, which was not very smart move. But after this fluorine fight that we just watched, we put on a new motor, a mount, basically all the weapon assembly, just completely replaced everything. I always thought they weren't durable because, yeah, well, it is pretty durable. That the Viper vertical drum, it is surprisingly very durable and can dish out some really good hits if you line them up right and sharpen the teeth. Only one spare. Yeah, that I agree. You are correct on that. And it was also the wrong shaft size. The one spare motor we had was a wrong shaft size. So we used the Palm Beach Bots D2822 motors for the weapon. the shaft size that we use is a 4mm diameter shaft, and the spare was actually a 1/8 inch diameter, so that's like a little over 3mm instead of 4. So as soon as the second fight started, I spun the weapon up, and the bearing flew right out of the weapon because of that. And it didn't fit in the weapon upright very well either. Went through D28, 22. We usually break through one every competition, not every fight. The Palm Beach Bots motors are pretty durable. I thought about trying the Repeat Robotics one, because I know Repeat Robotics can make some really good motors, but we've been using the Palm Beach Bots ones, and they take a beating before they break. We had one get damaged at the last Orlando event where we got second place, and we still use that same motor in this fight against Florine. So, yeah. Overall, it was fun fight. Did not end up going our way, but we still get another qualifying match. But before we get into that, looks like we have a special guest ready to join us. So, welcome in. Who do we have here? Special guest ready to join us.
It's like a delay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm really
And then-
messed up by that shot.
Let me make sure.
sounds like we're getting set up. Yeah, so we have Firewolf Robotics in the house with us.
Okay,
They are the ones that put on this event and did an amazing job with it.
I can disinfect.
Okay.
All right. Well, it sounds like they're getting set up currently, so we'll give them just a minute. But first, I got a comment to read here in the chat. I was using the Palm Beach Bots one, switch to the repeat one. Oh, there we go. Now we got it on screen. Should repeat ones marginally. Repeat. I'm curious. Give me just a minute. Repeat Robotics. How much does it cost for Repeat D2822? I'm on the Repeat Robotics website trying to look it up right now. Repeat. Can't wait. There it is. There it is. I found it. So I might looking at. Oh my goodness. Is that just me, or is that a really long shaft? $20 for a Repeat Robotics D2822 motor for the weapon. Yeah, that's not bad. I might consider that one. Yeah, we're probably gonna look into getting that in the future. Let me compare it to a Palm Beach Bots one, because I'm curious. About 16. Yeah, 16 for a Palm Beach. Yeah, so they're not too expensive. Think about the same. They are short. Oh, the repeats are shorter? I don't know if they will work in a Viper then, but don't have to worry about that. So anyways, yeah, so that was back to the event and the fights. That is a perfectly timed photo I have there on stream. That was right in that particular moment. Florine got stuck blade first into the floor, and it looked like that was going to be the end of the fight. I thought that somehow with a dead weapon, Space Junk had just won. And then apparently one of his wheels was still able to make contact with the floor. And he was able to use that wheel to drive himself out of that position. Good driving on Darren's part for that. But we are going... Hang on. Tough break for you that he was stoked. Yeah. Getting stuck in the floor. Yep. Getting stuck in the floor. This is the funny thing. He got stuck on the arena 3 times. I'm just amazed he pulled that off. So that was the first, I think 3 times. That was the first time he got stuck. And that, I'm sure he celebrated it a little bit, but he stayed focused and did exactly what he was supposed to. And I don't know how he got stuck that second time. New idea, getting stuck. Oh my goodness. You know, this arena did have a plywood ceiling. I've seen a scaler get stuck in a plywood ceiling blade first. You want to see that happen? I've seen that happen. Scaler kit one time, blade first up into a plywood ceiling. The whole robot just got stuck up there. It was pretty funny. So, yeah, that didn't happen in this one, but let's see. So yeah, that was fight number 1. We're going to move on to the second Space Junk fight, but before we do, we have some special guests who have just informed me they are ready. So, welcome on to the stream. I'm going to bring them on one at a time. We got a couple of guests waiting backstage. So, please welcome back Firewolf Robotics. How are you guys? Currently cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, they left. Well, in the meantime, we got another guest waiting backstage, so let's go ahead and bring them onto the stream right now. So please welcome returning guest. You know him, you love him. Darren, how are you, friend?
Hello, Jonna. How you doing, buddy?
Did you forget your English there for a second?
I was trying to give you a funny nickname, but I kind of couldn't think of something while I was saying it, so I gave up halfway through. How you doing?
Doing pretty well. Just a few minutes ago, we watched the Space Junk and Florine fight.
Yeah, I can see you have me doing my tactical handstand right there. Yeah, that was actually on purpose. To see what I was trying to do is I was trying to dazzle you with my amazing acrobatic performance, just caught you off guard. Okay, I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, quick rundown. My driving was terrible. I don't know why I just stood there at the beginning of the fight, just not doing anything. I was just kind of, I don't know. I think I was getting used to how the bot was driving because I had latex on the wheels and it made the bot hard to drive. Great fight, loved it. You hit me a couple times. Yeah. I got stuck in the wall twice. That was joyous.
I'm amazed. You got stuck by my count 3 times. You got stuck in the floor. You got stuck again on the floor and couldn't drive somehow.
Oh, yeah.
And you were spinning in circles in that one spot.
The problem with that, I'll go continue. Then I got stuck in the wall.
No, and then it got stuck in the wall blade first as soon as you got out of that second position. That was kind of funny.
The reason for the floor thing, I think, is because when I was upside down, I had a similar issue to when I was running. I used to run like an acorn nut, or I just had like an extra. No. I used to just run a regular nut on like an outrunner motor for my weapon. Oh, and I was stuck I remember I would get stuck on like the middle, like in the arena, because like the motor shaft would get stuck in like holes, and I wouldn't be able to get out because it's like a vertical drop, and I can't really pull out. That's why I have like that kickstand there. It helps make a wider surface area, so I drive over the bumps instead of into them. And but I was upside down here, and so on the top of on my shoulder bolt, there's the nut, and then there's a bit of the like threaded parts that's on the end of the bolt, if you know what I'm talking about. That got stuck in that little gap area, and I couldn't drive until then I got free and proceeded to full send into a wall instead of you because I was used to being free. I was like, oh, I'm free. Oh, I drove to the wall. Yeah, not my best performance.
I'm free. Splat.
Yeah. Good job on spelling the name right, by the way. I swear,
I try.
You did a good job. It's a tough name to get. Anyway, keep going.
Sometimes I misspell my own name sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. So yeah, it was a fun fight, and congrats on the win. During the unstick there, I decided I've had enough. Space Junk's weapon is broken, the drive is off for whatever reason. And I figured I would just make it easy on the judges by telling them who wins.
Oof.
So yeah, tapped out during the unstick pause there.
That did make filming the fight kind of awkward because I had to like stitch together 2 videos because I had to tell the guy filming, I think was it Tim? I don't remember who. My memory is terrible. To like, hey, start filming again. They're doing this, and that's kind of why I said what. Because I wanted them to say it on film so I could get the end of the fight in there so people would know who.
Yeah, we heard you say that in this video.
Yeah, I was just perplexed.
All right, congrats, you win. I give up.
This fight did teach me not to drive into walls, and I didn't actually get stuck in any more walls for the rest of the event, so that was good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so pro tip, attack your opponent, not the arena. That'll help.
I was getting used to the new arena, man. I was it was a rough day, all right.
All right, we're gonna move on now.
Yeah.
So the next opponent for Space Junk also happened to be from Jupiter Robotics from the University of Florida, and I am honestly not sure if people were pronouncing the name of this one correctly, but let's go ahead and bring it up.
I'll see if I can correct it for you. Yeah,
right
Lumina
there.
X.
Lumina X. Us commentators are saying Luminax.
Yeah, it's Lumina X. Yeah, that was built by, I think, Tim. Yeah, Tim. Cool bod. I kind of liked it. It kept cutting its own wires during the entire event. Like his weapon kept flexing or something, and it kept cutting his wires. So he's working on a fix for that.
Roughhouse Robotics says the arena was cuddling fluorine.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah. All right, Space Junk versus Lumina X. Now that I've got that correct, this is basically an ant-weight tombstone. And if you know me in Space Junk, I hate horizontal spinners. We're already off to a rough start with horizontal spinners. Thank you, Darren. So, fight number 2. Boo. And again, shout out to Madman for doing the commentary. I did most of the commentating for this event, but I had Madman fill in when I couldn't. Here we go. I'm trying to get Space Junk's weapon revved up there at the beginning. Fireworks already.
Get stuck in the windows. Come on, Tim.
Yeah, Space Junk's weapon is destroyed. A huge chunk of the wheel just got thrown off the robot there. Now it's really going to be limping because there's a huge chunk of the wheel missing. And both weapons are broken, so it's a pushing battle at this point. Which Space Junk is good at winning push battles when it has 100% of both wheels. Right there, I just did a little spin to show that I give up.
How is he pitting you?
I don't know, but he's doing a good job of it. Doing a little tango right there.
There you go. That's good. That's good stuff.
Another good pin. He pinned by the wheel guard. So the fight goes to the judges this time.
They go for the bottom plate? They go for the bottom?
And the winner?
Because how did it come off the top?
Yeah.
Did I just hear a very enthusiastic yeah? That was pretty funny.
Someone else is asking why your wedge. What happened to your wedge? I think I broke it.
Yeah, gee, thanks.
I think I bowed it out a little. I noticed that after that first fight. So was it still an issue here?
It was already bowed out to begin with. Bowed out and scratched up and everything. But yeah, it's collected damage over the past couple events because that one survived like probably one or two Orlando events. So yeah, it's already collected a series of damage heading into this competition. And then between two horizontal spinner opponents already, it did not get any better from there for that wedge. All right, I think some other guests already. So let's try this again. All right, let's welcome in Robert. Can we hear you?
I'm here.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
And let's try Helen. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
So as I mentioned earlier in the stream, in case you guys weren't here, you guys did a fantastic job with this event. Everybody had fun and it ran very smoothly. And I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I'm a little bit under the weather right now, so I'll do the best I can.
Okay, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But I agree with you. It did go really nicely, very smoothly, and a lot of that was because of you, Jonathan. And,
yeah. Hey, I just wanted to make sure that everybody had a good fun time and had a lot of like fun fight opportunities. I double checked this after the event. All of the robots that said they didn't want to fight anymore, they wanted to like leave the competition. None of those robots that said that, and there were only a few that said that. Those few that said they don't want to continue did not end up making the top 8 for the finals bracket, but everybody else did. So everybody else got plenty of fights and overall had a lot of fun. It was fantastic turnout. I'm excited for what you do in the future for your future events.
Yeah.
Yeah, we we're currently, just kind of talking about having another event, and I was hoping we could do one in, I think it was the end of May, but we may not.
Don't worry about it, man. Whenever it happens, it'll happen. Don't force it.
And
and these events take a lot of time and careful planning to pull one off, for sure.
Yeah, it seems like it does. But
oh yeah, for sure. And the Marion County Maker Collective, they were an amazing venue to host a competition of this scale at. And so shout out to Darian and the rest of the Maker Collective crew. They were fantastic people.
Yeah, they are. And
Yes, and then of course you played a huge role in making sure that we got things that we may have not been thinking about.
Oh yeah.
As far as
I'm glad I could be a help.
I know a couple of the teams were first timers, and they didn't bring spare parts, and that's what happened. At least one of the teams was that they didn't know. They just brought a robot, and they didn't know what to expect, and then they found out pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah.
They went against some more experienced teams, and
yeah.
They'll be back.
Yeah, I think I know which robot you're talking about. I think it was Nevermore, that unicorn one with the little horn.
Yeah, that was one of them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a question here from Roughhouse Robotics. Any thoughts on 150-gram ferry weight bots for if you all do another event?
Yes. Firewolf also has a 4x4 arena that would be perfect for the 150s. They kind of get lost in an 8x8. It's a really big area for a ferry weight.
Yeah, tiny robots, huge arena. It kind of gets a little boring, but when you make the space a little smaller for them,
scale it down.
It makes it a lot more entertaining.
I mean, we had the 4x4 there, but it was outside. And it was there for testing, and at the end of the day, it had a lot of plastic and trash. So somebody was out there testing with some of their spare parts, I guess. No problem with that. It's just that's what it was there for.
Yeah.
Good water.
So yeah, back to the fighting. We've been recapping Space Junk's fights. Space Junk had tapped out against Fluorine and lost a judge's decision to Lumina X. And at this point is 0-2 in the competition. And like I said earlier, the entire weapon assembly of Space Junk was destroyed in the Fluorine fight. And thank you, Darren. And I'm putting that on your bill. Don't worry about it. So after that fight, we had to do some quick repairs. And as soon as we got it done, we were being called for the next fight. So perfect timing. We used the last spare motor. We only brought one spare weapon motor because I forgot to grab the others that I had at home. So we only had one spare weapon motor for this event. Oof. Yeah, the big oof. And so we used it in this fight against Lumina X. And as you just saw, the weapon of both robots broke. So we're out of weapon motors. And if I kid you not, I was waiting to be called for the third round qualifiers. And we're literally going to see who we're going to fight and decide then if we want to forfeit or throw Space Junk in the arena completely without a weapon. So here's your first look at Space Junk weaponless. If we had gotten a third round qualifying fight, this is how it would have fought. It would have been a push bot. I don't think I've ever seen. Yeah, we've never seen Space Junk fight weaponless before.
I'm pretty sure if this was a different event, you'd have to pull out, unless that's a different rule set.
Yeah, that's only Andy. Andy's the only one that enforces the active weapons required rule. So, if it was his event, we got a third qualifier, then we would have forfeited. But we ended up getting a bye in the third round, so we ended up not having a fight like that.
You did?
Yeah, we got a bye in the third round.
Huh, I remember looking at the bracket system, and it was like, I was kind of worried about me making the brackets. I only went 1 and 2. I was like, who? And I noticed like there were 9 bots, and you were like the only bot who didn't get in, I thought.
Rough House Robotics said, yeah, we did see it. Florine's fight had no weapon. Okay, so let me correct myself. We have seen Space Junk fight weaponless, just not intentionally.
And I take your weapon out once upon a time of Shalom, 10 seconds?
Yeah, I was amazed. I want to see you bring your Viper back. I want to fight it again. I want a rematch. Because I declare that unfair. You took my weapon out in like 3 seconds. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that was a crazy fight. That was quite a while back, actually. I had fun with that fight. A buy or a forfeit is like my nightmare. I'd put a battery hot glued onto it. Yeah. Space Junk has never actually gotten a buy in any competition up until this weekend. And I didn't care because if we did get a third fight, we would not have gone in with a weapon. And I would not have preferred that. So anyways, we're going to continue on the video for Space Junk here. So we're 0-2 so far. Space Junk gets a bye in the third round of qualifiers. This means Space Junk finishes the qualifying rounds 0-2. Only the top 8... Hang on, let me pause that so I can read it to you. Only the top 8 out of 9 robots will make it to the single elimination finals bracket. Will Space Junk be able to sneak in? Let's find out.
All right, we're going to start with the full combat.
Who's that dummy?
Division.
This isn't a fight. This is this man announcing.
The top 8 and will advance to the elimination.
This is the results to say who's in the top 8 and to see if Space Junk has made it.
All right, the number 1 overall seed in the full combat and division is Parakeet Lord. Yeah!
Who dat?
The number 2 seed.
That's
RBR.
around and down.
The number 3 seed. From Jupiter Robotics, Szechuan Sauce. The number 4 seed, Bedodo. The number 5 seed, Tyro. The number 6 seed, Luminax. The number 7 seed, Florine. And the 8th and final spot in the full combat airway division elimination rounds.
I think I know this one.
Hell on Wheels.
Oh, the undercutter.
And with that, Space Junk was the only full combat ant weight that did not advance to the finals bracket.
Rest in pepperonis. I salute you 6'7" hashtag chicken jockey. I don't know.
Rest in pepperoni.
I don't know, man. I'm using a dead.
You need to rest in pepperonis. You need to take a red Sharpie and write that on your robot on like the bottom. Oh my goodness!
Question mark.
Hey, you know what? I can agree, Wolfman Crab Arms. That was rigged. It was not rigged. I promise. if it was rigged, Space Junk would have been the number 1 seed.
Nah, Flooring would have been actually no. Flooring would have been number 5 seed because that's my favorite number.
Maybe if the price was right.
Yeah, well.
All right. Anyway, so Space Junk finishes qualifiers 0-2 and did not make it to the elimination round. Space Junk is officially eliminated. Now check this out. We're going to continue the rest of the video. And for those of you who did not see it, you're going to want to see this. Again, I'm going to pause it so I can read it. We have thoroughly enjoyed the past 3 years leading up to March Mech Madness. 3 years, 10 events, 48 fights,
I can keep
a
track.
podium finish, all with one robot. The same Viper kit. Team Jupiter Robotics started with a Viper kit, but now it's time to say farewell to that Viper kit. Space Junk 2.0 coming soon.
Oh yes, Caden's gonna be so happy. I didn't see this part. I'll be honest. Like I just got to my fight, typed my comment, and just kind of laughed because it's because I have such low attention span. Also, I think I was busy writing a lab report, so that's why I haven't been able to do my own event report live stream myself because I've just been too damn busy. But yeah.
Space Junk 2.0 is coming soon, and it is official that after 3 years, Jupiter Robotics is retiring its Viper kit.
Yeah. Wait, where's that gif of the captain from that pirate movie going, "Welcome to the crew, lad"? That's the gif I want to play right now. Davy Jones, him. You know the meme I'm talking about at all?
Probably if I saw it.
I'll send it later. Yay!
Bot reveal when? Coming soon. I forgot about this part because I just woke up when that released. Yeah, well, here's your brain refresher. This is going bye-bye. Along with its weapon. So, yeah, the Viper kit, we had a good run with it. It did phenomenal when fighting in gladiators, like in the last couple Orlando events, as you can see. Second place trophy. It did well when it fought in gladiators because gladiators is fellow Viper kits along with Schizo kits from Palm Beach Bots, and the rest of the field is just weaponless robots, or non-kinetic weapon robots, I should say. Those are known as sportsmen. Sportsman robots are anything that don't have a spinning weapon. Things like pushers, lifters, hammers, and such. Space Junk does very well in gladiators, but when it's thrown in an all ant weight class, it's proven this over the past year. When it's thrown into an all ant weight class, it does not do that well because the Viper kit is a very outdated kit. And after 3 years, we're done losing so much. So Viper kit is retired. A bot reveal is coming soon. Space Junk 2.0 is coming soon. Coming soon doesn't.
Will you still be in the sportsman class, or are you going to Ant Pro?
Well, I guess we're gonna find that one out. We are still figuring out a few things with 2.0, but we will see what direction we end up going in with 2.0.
You might as well go to the pro class, because if you're in the gladiator, correct me if I'm wrong, and you win an event, you have to go pro.
Well, that's only if you win first place.
Yeah, he's only gotten second place in the gladiators.
Yeah.
So technically, he doesn't have to move up yet. And actually, technically, even if this is a completely new robot, you can go into the rookie class, I think, like once, and then you have to go to the pros. I think that's how that works, unless Andy's not doing it.
No, it's for gladiator. The rule is if you win gladiator in first place, you have to go to pro. You can't be in gladiator anymore.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, I thought there was another class, like
nope.
rookie class where if it's your first time competing ever, you go to that class. Then your next event you have to go to the pro or gladiator class.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
It isn't. I thought it was somewhere else. Maybe, I guess I'm dumb.
I mean, it's kind of changed a little bit. It used to be if you podiumed, you would have to go to the pro class.
Yeah.
But
the rule for Palm Beach Spots events when they do gladiators is if you win first in gladiator, then you have to advance to pro. So with only winning second place, Space Junk, if it's a Viper kit, Schizo kit, or Sportsman, it can still compete in gladiator. Obviously, it's not going to be Viper kit anymore.
Yeah.
But if it still qualifies for gladiator, then we can still fight in gladiator. If not, then we do have to go to pro. So we will see what direction that goes.
I would suggest you go ahead and build a pro bot.
Yeah.
We will be announcing full details once we figure all of them out.
Okay.
But for now, we're just teasing Space Junk 2.0 coming soon.
I look forward to beating you again.
Phooey. I didn't ask you. As far as when the bot reveal is coming soon doesn't answer it enough. Is it tomorrow, April 26th, or GTA release? At this rate, Space Junk 2.0, I mean, probably even 3.0 would be revealed before GTA 6. Oh, boy. We got a new Space Junk before we got GTA. Yep, that's right. Space Junk 2.0 before GTA 6. GTA jokes are funny. I don't even like the games, but the jokes are funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna finish off the end of this video here. At this point, it's just the photo gallery here. And Darren, just to show you this, all these photos you see right now are from the fluorine fight. Every single one of them.
I did damage. This is this is one of the only 2 fights I won at this event, and it's also the only 2 fights where everything kept working for the whole fight.
You say that nonsense, but you went to the finals, dude.
It's more complicated than that. I'm gonna have to briefly explain that whole thing because it's a lot more nuanced than what happened, and I feel still really bad about it. It also has to be kind of quick because I'm probably going to log out at like 11 because I have to prepare some things because I have to then leave at 12 to go pick up someone, bring them to like a meeting area. Then I'm going to get in a van, and go to Connecticut. This is a 15-hour drive, which is going to be fun. Anyway, question from Roughhouse. What weapon KV does Fluorine run? 1,200 KVs, which works out to a tip speed of about 300 to 400 mile an hour.
I got a 2600 in Space Junk.
Because you have a smaller diameter, so you need to spin it in order to get the same tip speed. It has to spin faster.
It goes up to like 209.5 miles an hour.
Yeah. Oh, here's something funny. I did the math, and I currently Florine's record is 55 losses and 69 wins. I am not joking.
So you won more than you lost. That's a lot of fights, dude.
Yeah, it's also a funny number, which I thought would be like, it's like 6-7, but it actually makes whatever.
You got another question in chat, Darren.
What thickness is Florine's bar, and how thick? If you're vertical thickness is 3 millimeters or 0.119 inches. If you want to be, was it customary, imperial? I don't know. And side to side thickness. I put all my weapons are actually. Give me like 2 seconds.
1, 2. We can kick him out.
Let me check. Actually,
that was longer than 2 seconds.
My apologies. have everything like all packed up. Come on, up here. Okay, right. My weapon horizontally is approximately. I don't have a ruler. Jeez, I don't want to cut my wire. Yeah. I hear vibrations. That's weird. The thickness, depending on where you look, the thin section going up to the impactor is approximately 12 millimeters, or about 3/8 of an inch, give or take. The actual impacting point up here is 19 millimeters, or about, what is that, like 5/8 of an inch? Let's go with that. And then there's the backside, which, surprisingly not. These weapons are somewhat durable most of the time. They don't really get tacoed much. Like I had one of these lasted an entire event once. Like I think my last event actually. I went through only one weapon bar in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights. And it was fine at the end. And I even used that bar for my first 4 fights at this event before it got absolutely wrecked by RBR and was tacoed. In that fight, it got tacoed beyond usability, so I had to replace it. So they actually don't get tacoed as often as you'd think. Well, 14 millimeter wide bars. Well, I don't know. You're facing more drum spinners. And also, I'm usually spinning when they hit me, so the energy gets dispersed, I think. So, in fact, if Robert down there should have a okay, Helen left. Robert down there should have my weapon bar I gave him, and it has a pretty severe bend in it, so they can attest to.
Oh yeah, you were showing me that your blade got bent pretty good.
Yeah, I think I sent. If I didn't send a photo, let me send you a photo so you can share it on your PC. Beside that GIF I sent you of the pirate. Why do I only have 2? That's stupid. Yeah, okay, I don't have the weapon bar by itself, so there we go. Yeah, it would. By the end of that RBR fight, the weapon was bent up so much it was just starting to clip like the tape that holds the wires against the frame. It was starting to get to that point where it's starting to hit itself. So good thing the fight ended about there.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Are you going to talk about your other robot, the wedge thing?
First we're going to show off what you're talking about here.
All right.
We're going to show off these pictures you just sent me. Look at that.
Yeah. Weapon still works. Like electrically, everything was still fine. I just had to replace the bar, and I had like 5 extra weapon bars at this event.
Dude.
Because
that thing bent.
Yep, you can see it's starting to hit the tape. So it's kind of bad, but it's still working.
Yeah. That took a bit of a beating. There was another picture as well. Look at this. Hang on. There we go. Look at that.
That's full bananaed.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yep, that's AR500. It's admittedly, I probably could use a thicker bar, but I don't. I'd have to cut weight from somewhere else to use it, and I'd have to make it smaller because I only have 10 grams of extra weight. It is a good trophy. I hope Robert has it displayed somewhere cool. That's what he's up to right now. He's just kind of, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, that was impressive damage right there to that blade.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on. I also, under my other team named Minibot Robotics, brought a plastic antweight, debuted Troublemaker, which was not supposed to win, but it did. We're going to review Troublemaker fights right now. Let me bring it up here. This was the bot that I revealed on stream here on this channel and placed the bet that nobody's going to break through the wedge. I do stand corrected, but let's see how it really did.
Oh, this is drumroll. I don't think I saw him at the events. Maybe they left after this. I don't know.
First round call troublemaker. Here we go.
I can see the issue. Bouncing up everywhere. And also his wedges aren't particularly low. And now he stopped moving. Excellent.
And troublemaker wins by a quick knockout.
Did I even tap out?
Nope.
Bruh.
They just got counted out.
I almost always go for a tap out when I clearly lost, just to save time, save me an extra 10 seconds to rebuild the block.
Oh. That's a sharp dressed man right there.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
This is fight number 2.
Yo, it's Jankbot. I know Jankbot. He's on my team. It's built by Mason. Yeah, Mason. I'm pretty sure it's Mason.
So here's an interesting fact here. He's got a deadly weapon. Obviously, Troublemaker does not. It's just a push bot. The point of me fighting Troublemaker at this event was to break some silver spark motors that I had that I otherwise would not use. I needed a proper way to break them. And you can see Jankbot starting. It'll be a little more obvious soon, but you can see it starting to bounce up and down. You can hear the blade colliding with the floor.
Yeah, I think he's had a little bit of chassis issues after
the reason for that is because in one of the early hits that sent Troublemaker flying, Troublemaker's frame was so durable, his blade actually split in half.
Oh, right, I remember this. Yeah, I remember seeing it after the fight.
Yep. They actually got split.
Yeah, but he's still has the forks, and his weapon is still working.
Yes, Roughhouse, I did just say Silver Spark Motors. I guess you missed the live stream, the last one, where I said that the only reason I'm fighting Troublemaker is because the only motors that fit it are FingerTech Silver Sparks.
Thank you, stop.
And I had 3 old unused Silver Spark motors. For some reason, I just died right there. But I have 3 unused Silver Spark motors that I needed to get rid of. So you can kind of see it a little bit right there, what I was talking about with this blade splitting.
Yeah, I see it.
Qualifying fight number 3 against Reaper. Yep, another UF bot.
This is by Ethan. And fun fact, Reaper is supposed to have 4 wheels, not 2. But I think his belt, either his belt was too short or his chassis was not built right or too flexible, so he couldn't actually put in the front wheels without them cogging the back one so he couldn't turn. So he just had to use 2 on the back.
He told me his belt was a little short.
Yeah, that was it. So for
I just took my time box rushing him there.
Yeah, so for the entire event, he basically was struggling to drive the entire event.
Okay, he did very well.
Yeah, he eventually got second, which is an amazing job.
Well, so far, Troublemaker's just throwing him to a corner.
Trying to get on here.
And right there, when he spun up, I kid you not, I'm sitting here driving. I'm driving a purple robot. I hear that weapon screaming. For a split second, I thought I was actually driving Space Junk. I forgot which robot I was driving. Oh, jeez. The thing is screaming. His weapon bearing went flying right there. And then I think right about here, wait for it, he's struggling to drive. But right there, I think I just set him on that bearing that went flying.
Oh.
Oof.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
They did pause the fight for an unstick.
Well, he's on something too. He's off the ground.
Yeah, I think he got stuck on that weapon bearing that came out.
Oh, I thought you said you were stuck on it.
Yeah, I thought unsticks were only
stuck.
if they got themselves stuck, not if you stuck them.
Yeah, that was the rule.
But in that case, you probably should have not been unstucked.
Yeah, the rule was not always followed, but usually it never is. There's always a couple of fights that the unstick rule is broken. But I didn't care.
Fair
I
enough.
didn't throw in a fit about it. I wanted the fight to keep going, and I wanted it to be a fair fight. And I also want these silver spark motors broken.
I mean, if you want it broken, just fight me. I'll definitely break him.
I'm mine. I'm probably gonna throw Troublemaker in a rumble at the next Tampa event because I had 3 silver sparks with me at this event. I only broke 1. I'm mad about that.
Yeah, I won't be at that.
All right, the fight has resumed.
Because it's too close.
He's getting some good hits, and he flipped me over.
Finals for me.
Do they have ad available for those plastic drums? I am not particularly sure. I know Troublemaker was a Thingiverse find. I found it on Thingiverse, but I had to make a couple of modifications because it didn't have a way to put any power switch in it. So I had to add that myself. Now we're just dancing because we're both down to half of our drive. And this one goes to the judges. And once again, I'm going to pause it so I can read that to you. This fight goes to the judges. Who do you think won in that fight? Let me know in the comments. Or in the live chat if you're watching this on the live stream.
And the winner by unanimous decision, Troublemaker.
Another win. Troublemaker finishes the qualifying rounds 2-1. Not supposed to happen. I just wanted the motors broken. I didn't want to win. But okay, I'll take it. Only the top 8 make it to the elimination round. Did Troublemaker make it into the top 8 robots? Let's find out. Here's the top 8 seeds for the plastic antweight division.
#1 overall seed in the plastic antweight elimination round is 6'7".
I forgot that 6'7" did shockingly well.
The number 2 seed. The number 2 seed.
I was laughing so hard I couldn't even keep going. Killer Parakeet number 2.
Yes, Killer Paracket.
Jackpot.
You left bot. Good to see us turning up.
The number 4 seed. Troublemaker.
Yep,
that's you.
Flashpoint. The number 6 seed.
That was the UCF robot. That was, I don't remember that one.
The number 7 seed. Helen.
I'm surprised Helen was all the way down there.
Final seed heading into the plastic antweight division elimination round is Reaper.
Oof. Wait, Reaper was 8th? Dang.
Yep. And ended up upsetting the number 1 seed in the first round of the elimination round. Went all the way to the finals and put up the closest fight of the entire event against Helen in the finals. Impressive run. Troublemaker will move on to the elimination bracket as the number 4 seed in the tournament. Only to face Flashpoint.
Awesome guy.
This fight. Yeah, BPA Free was a 2-wheel drive ring spinner made by Junkyard Dog.
Oh, right. I forgot that one.
Yep. This is Flashpoint. Flipped us both right off the bat. This guy showed no mercy. I was hoping he would break the drive motors, but he never did.
Jeez.
I'm getting tossed, but remember, I printed that thing durable. Watch the weapon. It just broke. Half of Flashpoint's weapon just broke off the robot and went flying across the arena.
And all right, you broke his
Now
weapon, but now he's just going to push you.
That is robot number 2, whose weapon Troublemaker broke just because of how durable it is. I'm very happy about that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Disengage. 5.
1 minute to go, and he is pushing me around pretty good.
5, Disengage. 5.
Oh. Oh, really? Oh, he's trying. Oh.
You hear Troublemaker just make a thud when it got flipped back over and hit the floor. That was hilarious.
30 seconds.
Oh, there he goes. Drive got freed up.
Yeah, that is a good ad for Polymaker. That is true. I didn't think about that, but that is true, Roughhouse. And right there, you see my receiver wires coming out of the robot for whatever reason.
4, 3, 2, 1. End of match.
Not sure why you stopped moving at the end. Was he trying to?
And right at the end, he got saved by the bell. As you can see, I'm just showing off to show I'm perfectly fine, still alive somehow. He died right at the very last second. He got saved by the bell and won by the judge's decision.
Must be a battery thing, I guess.
Troublemaker's officially eliminated from the competition. The fun does not end here. As always, shout out to Team Firewolf Robotics and the Marion County Maker Collective for hosting this event. This was fun. Marion County Maker Collective had a robot mascot named Pound Cake, and I had the pleasure of fighting it in a demo fight.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a grudge match for the ages. The Marion County Makerspace very own Pound Cake. Jupiter Robotics, Troublemaker.
So we have our friend Madman commentating for this fight. And Darian from the Maker Collective venue is driving Pound Cake. Pound Cake was not actually in the competition, but it was just their house spot. And she wanted a good, fun fight. And what's a better robot to fight in your first fight than Troublemaker?
Oh, she. Oh. Nurse, there you go. Oh. Yep.
I had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, she's trying. I know the pain of trying to drive more than these a robot for like the first time. Oh, hey, let it. There we go.
Oh, it's brutal. I don't know how Troublemaker survived that. And Roughhouse, why are you booing me? Come on, man. Yeah, Wedgebots are, if they're driven well, like Madman has one. He drives that thing very well. I do enjoy watching that one, but otherwise, I generally would agree. Wedgebots aren't fun to watch. Oh, more brutal hits. And she flipped me over. That was so much fun.
Troublemaker won that fight. Make some noise! If you think Pound Cake won that fight, make some noise!
Biased.
Pound Cake!
Yeah, I had such a fun blast sharing the arena with my friend Darian from the Marion County Maker Collective. That was a lot of fun. Genuinely. What started as a fun fight with my new friend quickly turned into a double grudge Immediately, as soon as that fight ended, we fought again for more fun. Except this time, Darian was the announcer, and Madman drove Pound Cake. And I remember this is the second time we fought. This time, Ian is driving Pound Cake. I remember after that first one that we just watched, I reached in the arena to start unloading Troublemaker out of the arena. I turned it off, and I started pulling it out the arena. Ian walks around the corner, grabbing a controller in his hand. He said, "Throw it back in there. We're doing a double grudge." Immediately, as I got done with one grudge, I did another. And I had a lot of fun doing it. I had a freshly charged battery in the robot, so it didn't hurt nothing. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
We're gonna practice cheering for Pound Cake.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And we're gonna fight in 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Oh, Pound Cake. Here. Bring it down. Oh, left side down and right side up. Here comes Troublemaker trying to sweep it sideways with zero weapons and all the agility. Wow, coming up underneath Pound Cake, trying to give her a flip, but no way. Oh, got her in the wall in the corner. Hey, Pound Cake is just breaking free every time. Troublemaker needs to get tenderized. Where's the hammer now, Pound Cake? Pound Cake's taking Troublemaker for a ride. Oh, here we go, up against the wall, Pound Cake. What are we gonna do? I think we might need to cheer for Pound Cake.
Yes.
Troublemaker is just moving Pound Cake around like a little puppet. Can you break free, Pound Cake? Pound Cake. Here comes Troublemaker back for some more. Trying to push Pound Cake right back into that wall, but no.
The kids really like the Pound Cake robot.
Oh yeah, they had fun with that.
We're looking to start something at the Marion County Maker Collective, kind of geared towards the kids like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're looking at our options. One of them was the Repeat Robotics, some of their new kits. But we're not sure what direction we're going to go right now.
I can't wait to see what you end up doing with that. That's the end of the second Pound Cake grudge I did. I consider these more of demo fights and grudge matches. And because the audience love Pound Cake, I just did it for fun and not for a win-loss addition to my record or whatever. So
yeah,
I'm not counting these as losses. They were just purely for entertainment.
Correct.
So I usually do count grudges, but I don't consider this a grudge. This was just for fun entertainment. So yeah, Troublemaker went 2-2 in the competition, and you can go watch this full video on my other YouTube channel, Minibot Robotics. It is linked in the description of this live stream, so you go check that out. So yeah, now we've watched Space Junk and Troublemaker. Troublemaker did way better than I wanted it to. It probably will make a comeback. I'll probably at the least throw it in a Rumble, the Tampa event coming up soon. But aside from that,
could you modify it to where it would accept the Repeat Robotic motors?
Unfortunately, because of the way it's made, and I didn't design it myself, but the way it's made, I'd probably couldn't, but I do have another robot that I found on Maker World.
Yeah.
So once I break through this frame and the Silver Spark motors, I'm going to print a new robot, and that's going to be the new Troublemaker.
Somebody handy with CAD might be able to change the motor mounts for you.
Well, I didn't really care about that because this wasn't supposed to be a very competitive robot.
Okay.
Aside from being a durability test, I just wanted this robot so I could break the bad motors.
Yeah.
I want to break the bad stuff before I move to the good stuff. Basically. So yeah. So that's all of the fights that we had with Space Junk and that I had with Troublemaker. I was thoroughly impressed with how Troublemaker did and the durability that it had. Anybody else want to share some fight videos?
I guess I could. Well, I can keep it quick. Let me find my videos on my channel. Or maybe you could pull them up.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
first
I'll get them pulled up.
My first fight of the day was a disaster. I don't know what happened. I left 4 screws out of the motor mount, and obviously then I think it was 6-7.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
I remember that fight.
He hit me and like, well, why did my whole motor and upright come out? And then that's when I realized, oh, dummy, you didn't put the screws in it. But I had a good, strong comeback. I ended up placing first. So at the end of the day,
yeah,
really unfortunate start.
All right, so I got your channel pulled up, Darren, so we can watch your fights.
Yes, I should have a playlist for this event. Like I do all my events. Should be the most recent one if you sort by last video added. I think.
There it is.
Yeah, March Mech Madness 2026 should be right there. And playlists.
Yeah. This is just your videos list, so I can find them here. Playlists.
There it is.
Playlist for every event. Look at all that.
Yep. Another
Madness. What do we got?
Yeah,
we don't have to watch that one. We already watched that fight.
I won. I just got stuck in the wall.
All right, so skip to the next. Hey Dodo from Junkyard Dog.
So I was not looking for this fight. Plan was just to try and keep my weapon towards him and just see what happens. That's basically it. There we go. Also, at some point, the frame rate should pop up to 60, which is nice because someone on my phone figured out how to do that. So going well so far. Good shot there. Get stuck against the wall. Trying to back away to get them back up to speed. For some reason, weapon's taking a bit longer than normal to spin up. Get a pop shot in my butt. Drive away. Get stuck against the wall again. Spin up more.
You got a good shot in there, though.
Yep. And right there, Fado lands a perfect hit on my weapon motor. I tap out there. You can hit pause on it. Because the fight, yeah, it skips to the next one. I'm going to pause. So the last fight, what happened was Fado hit my motor, and it chipped off a bit of the metal on the motor's like outer can, and that got lodged between the motor and the weapon frame itself, which jammed it completely. And I didn't know this at the time, but I saw my weapon had just died completely. I could just stop moving. I was like, and as I was driving away from the wall, I was like, okay, try to follow him up. It's not moving. And I realized that I still had another fight to run, and I didn't want to take more damage than I had to, and I wanted to fix the bot. So I realized I probably should just tap out, so I just tapped out pretty quickly. Fixing the bot was easy. I just had to take the motor off, get the metal out of there, and it worked perfectly. Like that, I took basically no damage except for I think one pretty big gash in the back. Aside from that, I took really no damage. My next fight, final qualifying fight, was against fellow UF competitor Szechuan Sauce.
Yeah, Szechuan.
Yeah.
Actually, way easier to say than I thought it would be.
Yeah, Szechuan Sauce.
Yep, there you go.
The plan was in this fight was to just try and get to his side and just kind of hit him where I could. Because he has a lot of exposed belts and such. So that was the plan. You can start the fight up.
And in the other arena, here's what I'm going to give your team to make them push, but he's going to dirty up this arena with robot parts. It's Glory! Yes. Ocala, let's get loud for UF Jupiter Robotics in 3, 2,
I was trying to say because we're still in the intro. So spin up, or it's going great. Man, nice shot. I get flipped over immediately, but whatever. It's fine. I'm trying to be careful so I don't run into the wall again because that was annoying. Spin up again. Do a dodge. There goes his weapon, I think. And at this point, I'm thinking, all right, I have basically free reign because he has no weapon. Trying to figure out when the... I think in this fight, I kind of get really grumpy because my weapon dies in it. I'll just be... Yeah, right there, my weapon kind of doesn't really spin up anymore. Yeah, the camera's making it look faster than it is, but it was kind of just spinning at I could still see the actual bar speed. So I'm trying to... I'm thinking... during this moment that I'm thinking the reason the weapon's having issues is because my radios or the ESC's reset or something. So I have to reset it where the throttle is, you know what I mean? Go full throttle and empty and hopefully reset it. I genuinely thought that was the problem. And that's why I was completely ignoring Szechuan Sauce here. I was I assumed that was the problem. I was just trying to fix that. Thankfully, Szechuan Sauce couldn't actually damage me because his weapon was dead, so he was just kind of running into me every so often as well as trying to fix the weapon. Yeah, I was kind of annoyed. I really should have been more focused on trying to get to his back and just try and push him around. At this point, I realized I should probably be doing that, so I actually start trying to be aggressive. But it's far too late. And so now I'm still figuring out trying to figure out what the issue is. You can pause it. All right, so the problem was one of my wires, my bullet connectors came out, just came unplugged during the fight. That was it. I plugged it back in, the weapon was fine. I just, because I haven't had the bullet connectors come unplugged in a really long time, so I'd gotten kind of lax with my preventative measures to stop that from happening. So it just unplugged. One of the wires unplugged, and so I lost a phase, so I couldn't actually spin up. So I lost Joe's decision in a split decision, which I honestly don't think I deserved even 1 point. But Szechuan Sauce won very fairly. But yeah, that was kind of really an embarrassing loss. I fixed it by just adding more tape to where the connectors were so they wouldn't pull out. And
that's a good idea.
Yeah. Aside from that, didn't take much damage, and I kind of tore him up quite a bit when the weapon was working. His weapon didn't work at all, which was great. You can go to the next fight.
Alrighty, who do we got next?
This next fight is either...
Do you want me to end it or keep going?
Okay, yeah.
RBR.
Okay, this is my favorite fight of the entire event that I had myself. You can just play because it takes a while for the fight to actually start.
I remember when you found out you were fighting RBR in the first round of elimination.
Yeah, I was really
not happy.
Yeah, I faced RBR before when it was called Erratic, and I lost. like horrifically. And it was not.
You're
fun.
like the one robot I didn't want to fight.
Technically, one of two because Parakeet Lord is the same exact robot except blue or whatever. I didn't want to face that either. So yeah, my plan for this was to go just gun the throttle at full speed and just pray something good happened to me. I had like no hope.
Dad in the name of his granddad, like the first letters of his family members' names. Yeah.
I don't know why RBR is called RBR. Robert could probably tell us.
What did you ask?
Pause, Jonathan. Why is RBR called RBR?
Okay, RBR, that's the initials for my grandfather, my father, and I have a brother 1 year older than me. That's their initials. They all have the same name. So I did it to honor those men.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
In my family. Plus, it seems like it's easy to say for the announcers.
Oh yeah, very easy.
But yeah, I can't say this was my favorite fight of the day.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll let you explain what you did to RBR.
Jonathan.
All right, here we go. We're gonna watch Florian and RBR.
You can probably go to full screen because it'll automatically go to the next fight as well.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, so my plan was just hit them and hope that something good happens. Because I hadn't been really running at full speed all day. And this hit right here, I think I cut a motor wire in RBR, so he was down in drive side.
Yeah, you can see the wire sticking out about the second hit, I think.
Yeah. And so at this point, I'm like, he can't really move. So I decided to like sit back for a bit to kind of recalibrate myself. So I missed completely and hit the wall because I'm great at driving my robots. And so at this point, I'm just trying to be really careful. I'm trying to just pick my shots, take things slow, not do anything too stupid. And I'm doing a pretty good job of that, so I get up to full speed. I'm kind of shaking a bit. A nice shot there. Again, I'm just trying to take it nice and slow. I get stuck in the corner there because... Ouch. I'm also kind of waiting for him to start counting him out because he's really not moving that well. Now he is because he's upside down.
Yeah. A motor driving.
Yep.
Get him, Darren.
And I'm also starting to skid because I think at this point my bar's gotten hit a little bit, so it's slightly off kilter. Yeah. And I'm really happy at this point because my weapon's actually working for like the first time this entire event, doing considerable damage, except the space jug as well, but I'm also driving well, which is great. And I saw my weapon bar was starting to get bent, which is why I'm starting to shake a lot. You can see it's really bent. I'm pointing at the screen. You can't even see me. I get stuck on the wall there, but then I get off. You can really see the bend now.
Yeah, I was hoping for the lucky hit that I never got.
I spin up again. And try to get one last hit in. And right at the end, I decided to spin up the full speed and celebrate. Okay, pause.
Uh-oh. What do we have here?
All right, so I won that fight on a judge decision, which was, yay, finally, win. That felt awesome. No offense, Jono. Your fight was good too, but that, no offense, that was my favorite fight of the event. Everything just worked perfectly. The weapon worked great. It showed that it could handle big hits and still actually function. The drive was great. It didn't break the entire time, which you'll see is going to be a problem in the next fight, but I'll get to that. I was so happy with how the robot performed. Yes, the weapon bar was broken, basically bent beyond use, but that taught me something. Next to my face, like a big vert like RBR, I'm going to switch to my older weapon bar, which had a thicker impactor area, so it won't bend as easily. So this fight, it's not really a fight, because if it was, I think I probably would have killed someone. But in this exhibition, I can't remember who said it, right? I think Dorian came to me like near the start of the event. Was it Andy? One of them came out to me and asked about chlorine, because I brought chlorine just to kind of show off, because I'd asked Robert like a couple weeks before if they're willing to do like an exhibition or something. He was like, nah, probably not. I decided to bring chlorine anyway, just for kind of a, hey, look, here's my cool robot I'm taking inaugural. Please yell at me if I'm doing something stupid. That was kind of the reason I brought it, was basically like show it off and also get some last minute advice for if I should change anything before heading to the big Connecticut event. And I think, again, either Dorian or Andy brought up the idea of maybe doing an exhibition where I smash stuff in the arena during like a downtime. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm gung-ho. Just let me know, and the robot's ready to go. I'll just put it in the arena and drive it. And then like a couple hours later, I guess Robert and Helen were convinced. They were like, yeah, sure, go for it. And this happened. Well, technically, 5 minutes before this, I put the robot in beforehand, and one of my drive sides wasn't working. I was like, oh, for crying out loud. So I had to take it out, go back to my pit, unscrew the bolts off the top, and just tighten some screws on the ESC. I quickly like turned the bot on and just checked that the drive. I checked the drive. I was like, yep, both sides are working. Great. Put everything back together and bot's back in the arena, and that's what you're about to see. I even put
Here goes the chlorine destruction demo.
Yes. This is the first time I'd actually tested the bot with the new forks. Like,
let's see how it went.
Like, new chassis. Not new up motor. This is the old up motor. Actually, stop the fight for a second. Stop. Hit pause. Just go to the settings, because this fight is in 60 frames, because I think it looks like, see if this little setting symbol, the gear. Is it in like 1080? I think it's in 1080. It looks like, yeah, go to that if you can, because trust me, it looks beautiful, like in 60 frames. Because someone on my phone had finally figured out how to actually turn on the 60 FPS setting for filming, which I should have done that like earlier, but I kept forgetting to update it. But anyway, you can go now. Here we go. There goes that plastic weapon.
That's the plastic weapon that Troublemaker broke.
Yeah. That kind of shows the amount of how durable your robot is to shatter it if it took.
Oh yeah.
To shatter it. I'm kind of trying
Rest
to be
in peace, flashpoint weapon.
Yeah, I'm trying to be very gentle here because I don't want to hit the wall by accident, because I was told not to. Yeah, I couldn't hit that white plastic thing because it was too low for my weapon bar. So I just kind of had to focus on other things. Okay, I lose a bit of control there. I think I might have clipped the wall there by accident. I'm not too sure.
That looked like a lot of fun, though.
It was, yeah. That was pretty fun. I'm glad I got a chance to show off chlorine and also get some valuable testing data, because I was in like a full-size arena and could drive around and see how the robot performed, and it drove really well. And
yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was standing right there. I think I was standing probably behind you or something when this happened, and I was standing there watching this whole thing, and I was enjoying it when it happened. And then when you left the arena, I realized somebody's got to clean this up.
Yeah,
this isn't a one-man job, so we didn't just have the referee clean the arena from the doors. I had to climb completely into the arena to the other end just to clean it out.
Oof.
Man. It was worth it, though.
Yeah, I liked hearing everyone cheer, and it was nice. Then I had to go back to the pain, which you're about to see.
But first, if you don't have everything all packed up, Roughhouse is asking, can you show the forks on stream?
Sure. 1 second. Oh, we're like 10 or 15.
The referee, Hal, he did an awesome job.
What do we got?
I'm back. All right, there's the
Took long
forks on the robot. They're hinged. They're not like perfect or anything, and I fully expect these are probably going to fail at an inch row when I go. You can see the what's the term? Idea, I guess. It's designed to be defensive against verts when they're running wedges against my big horizontal. That's the plan, anyway. I hope they work. I'm gonna, when I get to the event, have to grind them down a little bit because I haven't had really time to now. But they're honestly pretty low as is, so I'm not expecting too many issues. So that'll be fun.
Well, can't wait to see how that works out.
I will be sure to let you know. Anyway,
we're gonna move right on.
For the first time
Hold on.
Years, do I...
Hang on, we don't want to see stupid YouTube ads.
Wait a minute. Some of us might.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
I don't know what it was about, but man, that was skip. Come on. There we go.
All right, again. So for this fight, I'm facing Szechuan sauce again.
Again. So this is the wait semifinals, not finals.
Yeah.
Semifinals.
So I should explain.
No, we're not watching that ad, Wolfman. No.
I should explain something quickly before this fight gets underway.
Oh, you want me to pause it?
Yeah. Right. So, Ryan, the guy who's driven Szechuan sauce, said to me before the fight that he probably, even if he was winning or whatever, he was probably not going to keep going to the finals because his robot was in really rough shape after like his last couple fights. Like everything still worked, but like he had basically no spares left. I think like he had no spare weapon belts. He was running out of like just a lot of parts to keep the robot running, and so he didn't think he said he didn't really. I think he said he like didn't want to fight in the finals, even if he'd like won. And so his actual plan, at least he told me, was he was going to like tap out near the end of the fight, or at the very least, or after the fight, because he didn't want to keep going because he was just really damaged and didn't want to keep fighting. I don't blame him. So that was the plan. I'm just telling you this now because it'll explain something I had to put in at the end of the video later, so you can play it.
All right, here we go. Fluorine and Szechuan sauce in the Antweight semifinal.
Okay, a plan was just try and hit him and not be an idiot.
Here they go. We're off to a good start. Both exchanging some good hits.
So my goal is just to try and spin up the weapon, drive towards him at all times, and try and just... That didn't really help.
How is that going to affect his performance? That's probably actually better for him because then he's going to top of the wedge. Oh no, the wheel!
So there goes the wheel, and I'm thinking I'm doing pretty well. I spin myself out because I'm great at driving.
Oh yeah, the wheel of Szechuan sauce came off.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
I get stuck in the wall.
Not the railing. You and the railing, Darren.
Yeah, he's stuck in the wall.
Okay, I did get stuck in the wall one more time. This didn't really help my case. So I call for an unstick because I can't get out. And I drew myself in there, so that counts.
It's so good, he sticks it in the wall. It's crazy you can dig that deep in there.
Yeah, this is why... my one small suggestion for next time is to please add a metal kick plate, because otherwise this is going to keep happening. And I know the real solution is just drive better, you idiots, but...
The metal kick plates are nice. They avoid things like that.
Yeah.
But when a horizontal spinner hits it, it makes a loud, annoying noise.
And these events aren't that loud and annoying, I don't think. Oh, also, I was also dealing with drive issues at this point. One of my drive sensors just randomly stopped spinning for some reason. I think the gearbox is starting to break on me. So occasionally you'll see me start crab walking, which really didn't help. That also didn't help.
Oh, spin it right around. Fluorine must be dizzy.
Yep. So there my drive's working, so I...
30 seconds remaining. These two are taking it to each other. What a solid shot that was right there.
That's a good hit there. I get flipped upside back, right side up.
Hey, good job not getting stuck in the floor again.
Yep. So again, I'm trying to drive at him with my weapon. I'm trying to get around. Nice shot there.
I just saw a Szechuan sauce wheel flying. Was that the one that was already off, or did another one just come off?
So I have to back up, get to weapon speed, hit him again, Back away, hit him again.
1.
And there we go.
All right. So
okay.
So
technically, Szechuan sauce actually got the victory here in a split. Was it split? No, was it unanimous?
it was split.
Oh, it was split. I thought oh, right. The last Szechuan sauce fight was unanimous. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I wasn't being aggressive enough, or the damage I was doing was nullified by the fact it didn't do anything. So that's why I think swung it in the direction of Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, well, I think you added another clip here at the end of the video.
Yeah, I had to explain the situation because technically I lost, but
technically lost in a split decision, but was allowed to keep going because the Saskatchewan sauce was unable to keep going to the finals and forfeited the win to me. Just clarifying that.
I had to do this because even though I technically lost, I was allowed to go to the finals, which would have made the next video weird because I'd lost in a single elimination tournament, so I probably should have been out, but I was still in. And I knew that would be confusing, so I had to like record a little extra bit just to explain the situation as best I could.
Yeah. So the thing is, with that, I can better explain it a little bit with what happened behind the scenes there. So the judges said in a split decision, Szechuan sauce wins the fight and goes to the finals. And the driver of Szechuan sauce, a few minutes after the decision was announced, he came up to me and he asked me if he could give up his win to you. And I asked him, did you talk to the judges about that, the other officials? And he said yes, and they told him that they'd be okay with it as long as I'm okay with it, because I was in charge of the brackets or whatever. And I told him, look, it's not my event. I'm not really in charge. If everyone else is okay with it, the judges are okay with it, I'm just here to announce whatever decision's made. And I confirmed with him that the judges gave him the okay to overrule the decision. And so I then had to make an announcement I've never had to make before in my entire career of commentary. I had to announce that a judge's decision was overruled and that Florine won the fight.
I'm still technically going to count this as a loss because that was the first decision, and I don't want to get things too confused with how this worked. And I honestly probably did lose that fight. The thing is, I was really trying my absolute hardest in that fight to, win. But I think the problem was I was a bit too conservative with the weapon again. I should have been more aggressive with the throttle to get the spin up faster because I was spending out probably too much time running away to get the weapon back up to speed and then go back in. What I should have done is I should have just gunned the throttle, keep it gunned at all times, even when it's pinned up against the wall, because the problem with me is when I'm facing a wall, I shut the weapon off when I'm pinned against it, even for a second or two when I'm being bad at driving, because I'm scared I'll burn the motor out or something, or the ESC out. And so I'm trying to play it safe. The problem is that means when I jack away, I have to spend a second spinning up to speed. And I'm just not good. My fingers aren't fast enough to do that sort of thing well. That being said, and also the fact my drive side was starting to act a bit weird, really did not help matters. And that probably also didn't help. It just did not help the situation at all. So, yeah. What are you going to do? But Florine technically goes to the finals, and I think Szechuan sauce still had to fight again against...
Yeah, he had to fight for third. It was Fade Odell.
Yeah, and he did lose, but he made some judges again. So he is a pretty tough robot.
Yeah.
So yeah, Florine, in probably one of the most scuffed losses, fights of its career, gets its probably most illegitimate championship appearance ever.
I'd consider it a win. It got you to the finals.
Yeah, I honestly felt really guilty after this fight. I actually tried to give Ryan some money to cover the cost of buying a new weapon, but he said no.
Why is something about robotics channel not listed in the description? What? Let me check that.
Oh no.
You can keep talking.
Yeah. So anyway, I now had a final to prepare for, and I also had a problem with my drive I had to fix because the gearbox was breaking slightly. In fact, here's the gearbox I had to take off the robot. So I had to dig in my toolbox to try and find a replacement gearbox that would, one, actually come off the motors because the Repeat Robotics gearboxes and the motors are really stuck onto each other. With even if you have the right size screwdriver, which I do have, the screws still might strip. I had that happen twice. It was a bit annoying. And I also, in a really great demonstration of lack of foresight, I didn't have any 3mm shaft gearboxes. I only had 4mm shaft gearboxes from when I had upgraded the shafts of the motors to try and be tougher. But I'd actually downgraded back to 3mm shafts so that I could use these FingerTech bearing blocks again. They have little they're these things, which normally they have little bearings on the inside that fit a 3mm shaft. And I switched back to those because I wanted some extra support on the shafts because, yeah, the 4mm shaft is technically stronger, but it still can break the gears because it's not really supported at all. Because when the motor is mounted to the chassis, with a 4mm shaft, nothing's constraining the shaft from moving up and down, left, right, and all that jazz. But with this, it technically is with a 3mm shaft. So I had to take off the little bearing block, take off the motor, take off the gearbox, put on a 4mm shaft gearbox, put it back on, remove the bearing, which took a bit of time because the shafts still do kind of deform a little, so it's hard to pull it off. The bearing, I mean. And also I had to find a 4mm shaft wheel hub to put the wheel on, so that I could put on the shaft because I was using because the wheel hub I was using only fits 3mm shafts. In fact, the main reason I switched back to 3mm shafts is because the new hubs I were using only fit 3mm shafts, so I couldn't use the 4mm shafts.
Can I do this?
The point of all this is that I was kind of pressed. I was kind of pressed for time, a bit. And then when I finally got to the arena for the final match, I put the robot in, I turn it on, and one of the drive sides isn't working. So I have to call for a postponement, and they're like, okay, we can't give you 20 minutes, we can only give you 5 minutes. So I'm like, oh, for swear word. So I had to take it out, go run back to my pit table, really quickly try and unscrew all the bolts, all the screws holding the top plate on, figure out what's broken. I figured it out. A wire came off of the ESC that controls the drive on one side. So I had to find my soldering iron, plug it in, get some solder from somewhere, cut a little bit of the insulation off of the clear insulation off of the drive ESC to get to the little pads, get my wire stripper, strip off the wire from the where it had been attached so I could have more wire to work with, tin it, and have someone else hold back the little piece of plastic that was in the way because I didn't want to break the ESC by cracking it, trying to rip the plastic off. I had them hold it back while I desperately was trying to solder that wire back onto the ESC. I did that. I verified it probably wouldn't come loose, but I didn't have much time to check. I then have to screw all the screws back in, and then get it back to the arena. Thankfully, everything was working, but I was really stressed, I'll be honest, during this 10-minute period because a lot of things were not going right. And so that leads us to the final match I had against Parakeet Lord, which is basically RBR, but blue and yellow, and driven by Helen instead of Robert. I was not really thinking I'd win because I think I'd used up all my luck in the RBR fight and also in that last fight. So my only hope was spin up the full speed and just pray. Hope I got a good hit and just hope everything went A-okay. Take it away.
Oh, we'll see. happen. We will see if it did go A-okay, and after we show this fight, we are going to have to wrap up and head out. We are running out of time for the stream.
I'm sorry, I took too much time.
There you good. So yeah, we're going to watch this one more fight, and then say our farewells. Let's see how this one goes.
And to your right, the very multicolored robot is Florian.
I did not even have enough time to color the blade properly.
Robotics versus Team Gator Robotics here in the final.
Gator, Mom. If you ain't a gator, you're a gator, babe.
2 minutes are on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Let the madness begin.
Spin up to full speed. Things going low at first. Point towards him. That's not good. Spin up again. Get sense the ceiling. Get away from him so I get her, so I can spin up. And now I'm stuck against the wall.
Not again.
Thankfully, she nudges me off, so that's nice.
Eric, you want some more, bro?
And right there, my weapon dies kind of again. I'd lost another. I think the ESC at this point was slightly broken, or I had lost a phase.
It looks like your left wheel's crooked.
Yep, and also my wheel shaft on the left got bent, and also I think broke the motor, so I can't drive anymore. Only one wheel is working. My weapon still technically I can spin it, because when you lose a phase, you can still spin your weapon. You just can't spin it up to full speed. You know what I mean? And so I decided to just keep fighting because I'm in the finals. I'm going to lose, but I might as well make it entertaining.
Let it ride.
Okay, I should explain what happened there. I spun my weapon up because I was being pinned, and I basically spun my weapon into her weapon and launched myself. That's basically what I started doing for the rest of the fight, was when I was being pinned, spin my weapon into their weapon. Even at a slow speed, that launches us both. It's great. So you can see I'm trying to spin it, and it launches them a little bit. And at this point, my other drive side dies, and I realize that there's still like 20 seconds left, so I just tap out. Ugh. Ignore this. Is just a vlog. Ignore this. Yeah. Everything in the robot had to be replaced. Well, not everything. I replaced the ESC for the weapon, the ESC for the drive, both drive motors, and the chassis, which, as you can see here, took some pretty severe damage.
Wow. Let's get a close-up on that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, at least I'm pretty sure that gash is from Parakeet, and I think that is as well. That middle one there is from Fate Odo. I spent like a good solid half an hour after everyone else had left just fixing my robot, just taking advantage of like the quiet while everything else would be cleaned up. And I was basically the last builder to leave. But I got the bot working.
That's good. Good stuff.
But I did
Parakeet Lord, look at that. Oh, we got a trophy.
I did get second place, so that's something I can put this on a wall somewhere.
Yeah, congratulations on second, and congratulations, Helen. It looks like she's not here with us anymore, but congratulations, Helen, on first place with Parakeet Lord.
And Robert with plastic amp weights.
Yes, Robert took Helen to first place. The robot Helen, I should clarify.
Yeah.
Won first place. Congratulations with that, Robert, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you had a very, very close fight in the plastic ant finals.
Yeah, it was.
That had to like easily been the closest fight of the whole event. But you put up one good fight. And congrats on first.
Yeah.
At your own event, I think that's rigged.
Oh, brother.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. So yeah, a lot of fun fights, a lot of entertaining fights.
What's happening there?
Yeah, it was a very exciting event. I'm glad that we had the number of robots that we had show up to the event, and it was a good time. it went a lot smoother than I had expected. I figured it would be a smooth competition, but it was much better than I had imagined. And we had a nice turnout with the crowd as well. We had a nice big crowd show up, and I think everybody enjoyed it. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here. Any final thoughts from you, Robert?
Oh, yeah, you guys dropped out for a little bit. Are we back to live?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you ask me for final thoughts?
Yeah, we're wrapping up the live stream here. So, do you have any final thoughts you would like to share about the event?
Once again, I'm really under the weather right now, so I'll do my best to put my thoughts together. Obviously, thank you, Jonathan. Did an awesome job. I think you found your calling in life, perhaps doing events and putting good people together. Obviously, really appreciate Hal, the referee, Madman for the judging, and Brian. I was really surprised to see Brian did an awesome job. He loves these kind of events. And, Andy from Palm Beach Bots showed up, stayed all day. That was pretty cool. Darian and Greg from the Marion County Maker Collective. And they were so happy with the event. And I told them, I said, when you meet these robot people, they're all likable people, even Darren.
Oh, come on.
So it went well, and they want to have more fights, but we're going to work around the other groups of Andy and Palm Beach and Jacob up in Jacksonville. Anything Build Fight Fun does, the Tampa folks. We need to work around them and not have the fights too close together. Give people time to recover, rebuild, and get excited again about going to another event.
So, yeah, this was a great turnout, and this was, I would say, it went as good as it could have for your first event. It was amazing turnout.
It was, and I'll say it again. It definitely went better than I thought it would. It's a small building. We wanted 24 bots maximum, and we had that signed up. There was some illness, or somebody couldn't make it. They had 3 bots, and one of the Ant Pros, he didn't show up.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, he had the robot was a Void.
Void, yeah. I wanted to see that one.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we're gonna do some more. We'll know more as we'll know more probably in the next few weeks.
That sounds awesome.
We're looking at. I was hoping May, but I think Darian wants to do something in July. But I need to check with Andy and them and the other people. Make sure we're not overlapping or too close to their events.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the month of April. There's like something going on pretty much every weekend in April.
Yes.
And you definitely want to try to schedule it around all the other events that are going on in Florida. Try to give the Florida Bot Builder some time between events to repair. I totally understand.
Yeah, we're doing a demo on April 25th in Ocala.
Okay.
With the I don't recall what it was called, but I'm doing it with Darian and Greg. I'm going to bring the 4-foot arena, and we're just going to demo some robots, get some people that normally didn't even know things like that existed. We'll give it some exposure. Not fights, but just demonstration inside performance.
Right. Well, that sounds super exciting, and can't wait for your future events and endeavors that you do. And you're off to a fantastic start. You hosted an amazing inaugural competition.
Yeah.
So, again, congrats to you and Helen for pulling this one off, and a huge thank you to the Marion County Maker Collective for hosting. They were an amazing host. And that about does it for this live stream. Thank you guys for joining, and Helen, who was here earlier.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it, for joining this. I couldn't do this without you guys. And this was
excellent job on the event. I look forward to coming to another one soon.
Yeah, we'll have to meet up at the Texas Roadhouse sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be my new running gag. It's not gonna be the weapon to speed thing. It's gonna be this now.
We'll have to get Roughhouse Robotics to meet us there.
Yes. Oh, we're never gonna let you forget that one, Darren.
No, you won't.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. Again, fun event. We'll be streaming again here on the channel in 2 weeks. We do this every other Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in the next stream, we're going to be doing a pre-event predictions and discussion for the Tampa event coming up. This is Gulf Coast MakerCon. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It definitely helps out our channel and helps you to stay updated with what the team is doing. We do have a lot of big announcements coming soon, as we teased. Space Junk 2.0 coming soon. We have retired our Viper Kit after 3 years. What is going to follow the Viper Kit? We're going to find out pretty soon here on the channel. So, again, thank you, Team Firewolf and the Maker Collective, for putting this event together. Thank you to all the volunteers that helped put this thing together and help run the competition. And I could go on all day long thanking people for doing this. But yeah, and to all the teams and builders and audience that showed up. This would not have happened if it weren't for every single one of you. And Aaron.
Oh, there, yeah. Oh, jeez.
All right. Hey, we got to mess with you a little, Darren. Darren, any final thoughts from you?
Again, excellent events. And I see Darian in the chat. I look forward to doing it again. Like I said, really, I had no issue with how it was run. Excellent job. Fights were called on time. Felt very accommodating. Only thing I can maybe recommend is having a kick plate of some sorts. Aside from that, wonderful event. Had a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to coming back there next time and doing a bit better. Putting up a less bad performance.
Says the runner-up.
Yeah, but it wasn't the most convincing runner-up. Let's be real here. My weapon broke in 3 of my fights, so it's not the most convincing.
I never won a fight. You want to keep going?
You have aura. And also your plastic anyway did really well, better than anyone expected.
And better than I expected. It did better than it was supposed to. Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, if anybody wants to check out the Marion County Maker Collective, they have a Facebook page along with the Artify Ocala. And then
awesome.
If anybody's
go check out the Marion County Maker Collective. Amazing people. Shout out to Darian in chat. Thank you for everything you've done. Really. This would not have been possible without you. All right. We're going to go ahead and head out of here.
Okay.
So, again, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. And thank you to everybody watching, and we will see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.